medication, so motivation, so high like I'm on elevation, so sick that I need an operation. Did you bring it back like I'm on rotation? No kid for the music I'm making. Y'all playing, I'm so contagious. Do it for the love, if I never get famous. Do it for the love, not a standing ovation. Mikey actually got a show, catch him on the microphone. GorillaCross.com, you don't need a radio. You can play it on your phone, download the app like that, and you know it's on. DJ Ray forever eternal. Got the hottest tracks, Inferno. Wednesday night, 5 to 7, turn on. Spread the word on the street like verbal. Music is medicine, herbal. Bringing heat on a beat that'll burn you. COP stay hot like a thermal. Here to break beats in the word too. This is how we do it, no commercials.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned in to the Music Medication Show. It's your boy Mikey Ice, and I do what I do, and I try to do it all for Christ, eating some rice. Well, the bar, I got bars, Colleen.
Bars.
The bars are there.
Killing
You
it.
call me Snickers because the bars. Call me Three Musketeers.
Wow.
Speaking of candy,
Sneakers.
Speaking of candy, what was y'all favorite candy when y'all was growing up? Like when you were little?
All the chocolate candy.
All the
Reese's,
chocolate-
Sneakers, Twix, M&M's, Kit
M&Ms.
Kats, Grand 100 Grand, you name it.
What about all the hood candies? Remember when your homies used to go?
Yo, Chico
The,
sticks.
oh, yeah.
Chico
That was good,
sticks.
too.
Man, y'all remember Johnny Appleseeds?
I don't.
Cherry
What?
Clan,
No.
Baked
I remember the
beans.
nap.
Boston Baked Beans.
Lemon
Yeah.
heads.
Lemon
Remember those
heads.
Lemon heads, yeah.
Laffy Taffy.
Remember the old school Jolly
Yep.
Ranchers?
Yes.
Yeah. Now laters. Remember that? What
Now-laters,
happened to them,
right.
man? They just fell off in what?
Yeah, whatever happened to
Late
them now
80s,
and
they
then
just
later?
gone. Huh?
They're still there.
They still there?
They're still there.
But they're like
Right.
smaller.
You got to go to the
It's-
right spot.
You gotta go to the right spots.
Yeah, you gotta go back
Hey,
to the
shout
block.
out to all my entrepreneurs back in the day when you was in like high school. Your mama give you like $3 for lunch, and then you went to the grocery store and you bought all the honey buns for a quarter
Flipped it.
and flipped it.
The was the honey bun 75 cents?
They were like 25, and I
I
was
was
supplying.
saying, yeah, 75 cents is expensive. Yeah, but.
I remember not because it was like different. You had the Hostess, and then you had the one with the over icing on it.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I used to get the other that one
The regular and then the deluxe.
and the deluxe exactly. And folks used to get on that bus hungry. Your boy was
came
like
up?
I was like a honey bun dealer, not a dope dealer. I was a honey bun dealer, y'all.
Honey buns? Yeah, I got you.
How y'all feeling today? What's up, Colini? What's going on?
I am good. I've been busy.
What?
Really busy. Yeah,
What you been doing?
the city is buzzing.
The city is buzzing. It took me an hour to get here. Normally, if there was no traffic, it would probably take me 10 to 15 minutes. So that's how many people. They acting like they LA up in here.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Vegas is about to be on another level with this traffic, with this dome, with this,
Right.
the Raiders, and then the T-Mobile Arena.
You think the Raiders gonna come here?
Thank you. You said a beautiful word. The Raiders.
They saying
Shout out
it's
to all my
coming,
Raider
Rain.
fans.
It's
Man,
been
I
official. You
don't
think they
I don't
playing?
think
Bank of America stepped up and helped out.
They did.
Yes, they
They
did.
did, but the Raiders
And I'm a
gotta be-
diehard Raider fan. I go back when they were in LA because I'm from Baldwin Hills, Crenshaw area. And so the homie's mom had season tickets. He didn't want to go. But I went. I saw Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen,
had
Willie
to
Gaul,
go.
No way.
Howie Long.
Man.
Okay.
But LA fans are the worst fans, unfortunately.
Yeah, they say that it's
We
real
show
violent.
up late, and then if y'all ain't winning, we leave early.
Oh, okay.
You feel me?
Gotta be performing, huh?
Yeah. We gotta be performing. But Rain, what's up with you, man? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm good. Tough day, but hey, still gotta keep it moving, man. It's all good.
Keep
Yes,
it-
sir.
That's right.
Keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Mike? What's going
Yeah,
on with
Mike.
you?
What's going on
Shout out
with
to
you,
my mom. It was her birthday recently.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Mom's was, me and her had to hit the beach scene and just hang out.
Oh.
And you know how you had elders that tell the most wonderful stories?
Hmm.
And my mom was just telling me these stories, and she stopped in the middle of it, and she was like, she got on this tangent about how people need to protect their stories, you know what I mean? Because they're losing them in the generations. Like, these generations, they're getting so young and wild that they're not taking in the wisdom from the, and they're losing their family stories.
Right.
And so, for all those who may be listening out there, embrace your elders.
That's
And
right.
listen to their stories, please.
That's right.
Learn your family history.
That's right.
that's a lesson they just learned here on the music medication.
Yeah, no,
we teaching folks on this show, but definitely sit down with your grandpappies and your parents and just absorb and suck it in. But Rain, what were you gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you
I
off.
totally agree, man. That was pretty dope when you posted that on Instagram. I was like, man, he's chilling with his mom, and he was like, you mentioned the stories. I was like, man, that is so cool. Cause before my great grandmother passed away, I tried to get as much as I could out of her. You know what I mean, as far as story wise. And man, she told me a lot about our family history.
I know everybody has family history.
Yep.
I mean, some of the stuff that my family's done. My mom told me a story that was just mind blowing. That was like, whoa, that's deep. Have you guys? She told me this one really good story about my sister, Alicia. She's the oldest. Mm-hmm. And remember cotillions? Have you ever heard of a cotillion?
You talking about the
It's a pinnacle when ladies. It's almost like a ballroom dance type thing where they get really dressed up. They take all these amazing pictures, and it's about etiquette and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like a quinceañera. But for minority black women, you know what I mean? Okay. Mm-hmm. And they call it a cotillion. Mm-hmm. And so the big thing in the cotillion, this is years ago. Let me say, this is back in the 90s. Remember Hidden Figures? Have you guys seen it with Taraji P. Henson?
Yes.
So Hidden Figures came out, and it just educated everybody on, black women history. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the main one, the Taraji P. Henson character, she showed up to the cotillion, and it was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And so she gravitated to my sister, and my sister is just naturally nice and just gave her so much love. Cool. But since my sister got all the attention from her, all the other girls hated on her. Oh, man. And Alicia didn't understand why. Mm-hmm. But my mom said now she sees the movie and she sees why now. Mm-hmm. It was a big deal, you know what I mean? Because she made that history, especially, setting the course for black women, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that was an awesome story. I was like, wow. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. So I just said that, so just to encourage everybody to listen to your elders. They have a lot of history inside of them. Mm-hmm. You hear a lot of great stories. But anyways.
I definitely got to see that movie because I want to see why women be hating on women in the first place.
You ain't seen Hidden Figures?
I have not.
Oh, it's a good movie, man. You need to go see that.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's really good. It's well done. As a matter of fact, you get some surprises in that movie. You see some faces that you ain't seen in a while. You're like, oh, she's still acting? That kind of, yeah. It was well put together. I like well put together movies where they tell the story just real right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially you get classics. What's a movie y'all watch that just never gets old?
Oh, dude, I just heard today, probably like a couple hours ago, Eddie Murphy doing Coming to America 2. A sequel.
He's doing a sequel?
Yeah, he confirmed it.
No way.
Dude, check it out. Look it up. Because, they've been saying a sequel for 20-some years or whatever. But, yeah, check the sources. That's what I heard on the radio. So I haven't gone to check, to check it myself. But that's what I heard on the radio.
Coming to America is classic.
I'm like, yeah, he should just leave it alone.
It's a classic movie. I mean, would y'all go see Coming to America 2 if it dropped?
Of course I'm going to go see it. But I just, it's like the expectations.
Yeah, that movie to this day, I could watch it at 10
times. It's hard to be matched.
Remember the dude that came in, the butler dude, and sung the wedding song?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I knew you was going to do it.
Oh, gosh, he killed that dude.
I had to. I mean, so many classic moments in that movie. It's just ridiculous. But before we even get started even further, let's pray. Let's pray for the show. Let's pray for our listeners. Let's get a little prayer going on. Who wants to kick off the bomb prayer right now? Rain or Colleen? Which one y'all? Can y'all kick off? Or you want me to pray, y'all? What we gonna do?
Well, you can. I prayed a couple of weeks ago.
You prayed
a couple.
Mike. Oh, okay. I guess it's my turn then. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. God, we just come before you right now in the mighty name of Jesus, and we ask to bless all of our listeners listening right now and bless this show. And we just pray that along the course of the show that somebody gets touched and somebody gets blessed, and we put a smile on somebody's face. In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
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 Amen. All right, you guys, we're going to get right into our first segment. It's called Random Medication. And it's a segment where we just do something randomly. Like we'll pick a random song, a random scripture, something random in hopes that it may encourage somebody out there. And today we're going to do a random actual scripture. And Colleen's going to just flip through the Bible and pick something random and read it. And then we're going to talk about it. What you got, Colini?
Let me see. This music in the background, what is that?
Hey.
I like that.
We turn it down.
I feel like
No,
bumping right
turn
now,
it
man.
up.
Y'all don't want to see
I can't even hear.
No. So this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon.
Mammon meaning money. Certain translations
Yes.
have money.
Yes.
You can't do them both. That's deep.
That is.
Because it goes back to Solomon, right? So Solomon had the opportunity to ask anything from God, right? But what did he do? He asked for God's favor and wisdom. And God was so impressed by that, he just added everything else to it too. He was like, you know what? You could have asked for anything, but you asked for my wisdom and my favor, so I'm gonna hook you up with all of it. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, because if you got wisdom, baby, you can make money. You know, you make wise decisions. So
Yeah, people about their money, man, especially out here in Las Vegas. They charging for
real.
valet.
It's real.
They got something called a resort fee. I
What?
mean,
They call
You know what? When I read that, I think about how many people don't understand it until they have that money. I don't think you get it until you have it.
right.
It's easy to read that and say, you can't serve two. I wouldn't do that. But let your paper get to that place that you've been dreaming and fantasizing about, and then you'll understand why. When you get those things and you see that it's not fulfilling, then you'll understand why. But I think a lot of people just read it and it's like, no, you can't. But until you've been in that space, you really don't. It won't resonate a certain way.
Right, because it kind of sneak up behind you. Money becomes your god. You don't even know it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You
That's
serving money in this piece of paper and what it represents, because money brings power sometimes,
yeah, it does, yeah.
And when you come up, let's say on a meal, a couple of millies, you get sought after by family and everybody.
And not just family, but I mean, it depending on your gender. I think men have it a little bit harder.
No, I agree.
Right.
When you guys get some money, these ladies are. It's a whole nother,
All
it's a
angles.
whole nother
They
level
see that
out there.
Benz, you
All
pull up in the
angles.
Benz.
Hey,
Man, there was this meme where this hot chick came out, the dude was trying to holler at her, right? And then he hopped in a tank. And then she, all of a sudden, her whole thing changed. She wanted to be with dude all of a sudden because he hopped in the tank.
What kind of tank?
It's just like one of the military tanks. And then the funny part of the video is he blew up her car.
What?
Yeah, because she didn't want to go out with him at first. She didn't know that he owned the tank. You know what I mean? But sometimes people like to judge the book by its cover.
it's true. It's true. But still, that's just how it is. Money attracts a lot of different things. And if you've never had it, and you're doing well, I don't think it's a bad thing sometimes to experience that, to experience having what you want, because I believe you get to see who you are.
Man, that was
That's
awesome.
a good point. Yeah,
When you
that's true.
when you hit that hit resonated with me, because even when you begin to like put God first, right? And you begin to, there's power in giving. You know what I mean? And when you're financially smart, with your money, and you know how to, because sometimes even if you have a lot of money, you can enable somebody. You know what I mean? In giving it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And sometimes people only come around when you got it. They don't want nothing from you unless you able to give them something. You know what I
Right,
mean? They're
right.
not genuine about it. And sometimes you get that in certain places, even including the church. If you notice, if Beyonce and Jay-Z worth 80 million walk up in the church, they're gonna cater to them like hardcore because
Right.
they got the money.
Right.
They
You
worth
know what
more
I
than
mean?
that, though, homie.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? You just see how money's like a god.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then you see how they try to, you know what I mean? Money becomes a little bit too much of the focus sometimes rather than what's important. You know what I mean? So I think that's what the love of money does sometimes. When you want it so much, you lose kind of focus, like you were saying. It was
I think you do. And I think everybody, I wish everybody could get that money that they want and then realize why this scripture is saying what it's saying. You can't serve two, The service leads, is two totally different paths, and you won't understand that until you're right there. So when I read it, that's what comes to me. Like, people know it, especially people in ministry. You've heard that scripture 50,000 times, but no idea, if you've never really had a whole bunch of money, you won't get that. From that perspective, because some people, you can look at that scripture and say, okay, I'm not just gonna hustle, grind, and think about money. But again, I'm coming from the place of when you have had that money, this scripture takes on a whole nother meaning.
Right.
No, you're right, man. Because I was speaking to somebody a couple weeks ago, and he was like, they come at them every day, vultures. I'm like, whoa, really? It's like every day. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I can't imagine somebody coming at me like that every day.
I agree. People are kind of like vultures, and some people are patient. They'll vulture you until they get what they want, and it may take a course of years, but eventually they'll, get what they want out of somebody if they're really focused on that. But anyways, I wanted to say this too. Remember when Satan took Jesus out into the desert and was like, "I give you all this land, I give you all this if you just bow down and worship me."
Right.
But see, what he didn't know that Jesus is the Word. You know what I mean? And everything is subject to Him anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's almost like, why would you want to serve money anyway? You know what I mean? Because God has control over everything. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, a lot of people, they get so caught up in what they see on TV and the media, they get blurry. Our media is so powerful. You know what I mean?
Huge.
And they show people, you need to make money. I mean, it's nothing wrong on coming up and making money. You know what I mean? But it's the spirit and how you go about it and what you do with it. You know what I mean? So if you get all this money and you're not helping out your community, especially if you're like a mega church, you got all this money, millions of dollars, and then the community that you're taking it from is in shambles, what's that say about you?
Right.
You know what I mean? It shows you who your God is. You know what I mean? If you're pulling up in Bentleys and all that, and your whole congregation is struggling, they ain't eating, that says a lot about you. I think we can see who somebody's serving by, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, even they were comparing LeBron and Michael Jordan. Jordan was investing in the prisons, and then LeBron was investing in education. It goes to show you, here he's making these shoes and selling them for $200 some odd, versus somebody who's making all this money and they're giving it back to their communities. You know what I mean?
Right.
Really? Man, Michael, I heard that. How true is that, though, about Michael Jordan?
Man, you don't even want to start. That's a whole nother show.
Man, that is a good topic, though. That's crazy.
Your boy Jordan, man, somebody need to go holler at him.
I'm going to sell my Jordans.
Some people need a boycott, man. They sometimes you got to know what you're buying sometimes. You can't just go run out and buy any kind of clothes or anything, because you don't know who you're supporting when you buy their product.
Yeah, you had to do. You can do research. To be honest with you, I don't do
Right.
research. I see it, I like it, and that's it. But it would be good to say, okay, hey, I want to buy something that where I know the person is doing something good with the money, or at least not buying prisons.
Well, you probably wouldn't be buying. You'd be walking around here naked, probably.
I got a solution for that.
It's a lot going on with these
Actually, I got a
brands.
solution. For
And
that,
his birthday suit, Colleen.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Right. If I had somebody, especially because we grew up in the 90s with 90s hip hop, right? And when we were young, you have hormones.
Okay.
Your hormones wants to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? And you can't control them. But over time, like this, you as you get mature, you learn from your mistakes. And you start seeing life in a new point of view. And I like how he said that in the song, because he said me and my favorite rapper grew apart because he's still rapping about things that are no longer of concern to him, because he's in a different place. Because when you start having kids, you start paying bills, them rap songs are not relevant no more when you was in high school and you had to worry about nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think what happens is when you get more responsibility, you want a mature rap,
Right.
And then here's somebody who influenced you when you were younger, and then they're still kind of around, and they're still trying to act young and be the youth instead of reaching to the youth. And so that was deep for me, because I feel like there's even hip hop artists now that can give so much more to the music if they weren't trying to
Be in an adolescent state.
Yeah, exactly. And so I would see, I'm not gonna lie, if I was talking to a young one, I see hormones. Because they are what they see. They don't have experienced life yet. They want to experience life. They want to get out there, but they don't know.
Right.
They're going off of what they feel. They're always busy. If you notice high schoolers, they always gotta be doing something. You know what I mean?
It's in their phone. Everything they're doing is in the phone.
They're always busybodies, and sometimes, and this goes back to what I was saying, listen to your elders, because even my mom spoke on it. She said, you know, they need more programs, because if they don't have sports for these kids to go out here, they run out, do whatever. You know what I mean? And you think about, there has to be something for a lot of these children to do. And who gets them to do those things? The parent. So if the parent's not there to get them going, to get them out and about, then they kind of stuck. And then that's when they start seeing the world through a different lens, you know? And sometimes when you get like parents who are there, but they're overly strict, you know what I mean? You get that tiger mom, you know what I mean?
Tiger mom.
You know what I mean? And, you know, because we had, you know, remember we had guests on the show who, Davis Absolute, he wasn't even introduced to hip hop. He didn't even know what it was.
Right.
Until recent.
Right.
They shut him out from the world and not allowing him to see the world and what's going on. So there's a balance in exposing people, your kids and children, to what they see, you know what I mean? Versus allowing it to overly influence them to show them to something they shouldn't be, you know?
I think there needs to be a committee, though, for, you know, hip hop, or like when he said this guy was 40 years old and still living in an adolescent state. Who's making these guys accountable? Like, why are you still talking about this?
Right.
You know, a couple artists come to mind. I don't want to put anybody on blast.
Why put them on blast?
But you still, you know,
they still, yeah. That's why the song was deep for me.
And I'm gonna say this. His name rhymes with I don't want to say it, but it's an artist. It's a
put him on blast, Coley.
A CD I just heard. I heard E40 CD, right? E40 has been around for a long time. I can't remember if he's turning 45 or 50. I can't remember. But I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm just saying to myself, what's going on?
Like what's going on?
He's just talking about, you know, I'm rolling through the block. I'm saying, what's up? I got to stop and see my plug. And like, you 45, what's going on right now?
Right.
Like, that's stuff that, you know, in your teens that you do. How are you still doing what you've done as a young adult later on when you are close to getting your ARP card? And I'm not saying it, I mean, it's business. He may be just putting something out there that he feels is relevant. I don't know who's on his marketing team, or, you know, I don't know him personally. I've never spoken with him, but I'm just saying, like, who's holding men accountable, or people accountable? But since this artist is a man and he's talking about manhood and growing up in man things, who's holding men accountable for staying in an adolescent state when at some point you need to grow? Like, what's going on?
You know what? A lot of the hip hop artists we grew up with, they are getting in their 40s. They getting up there. They getting old. Dr. Dre and them are getting old.
Right.
You know, and you know what? That's deep that you're saying what you're saying, because people don't even want to listen to hip hop no more altogether because of that. You know what I mean? Of just, they hear all that ignorance in the music. You know what I mean? But what's sad about it, there is music out there, especially when you listen to Guerilla Cross and you're on the Guerilla Cross app.
Right. Speak life music.
Yeah, when you hear it, you be like, this is what we've been missing.
Right.
When you listen to 5 Me Against the World EP, this is what brings you back to being a hip hop fans, because they're delivering the messages that feed these young men.
They're talking about something.
They're talking about life and real life, and they're associated with things of the Lord, you know, and allowing people to, you know, and that's why people from any walks of life, it doesn't matter what religion they are, what race they are, they're digging the music. You know what I mean? You talk to certain artists who, you know, who some of their sales are coming from not just people who are of that audience, they're coming from other people from different audiences. You know what I mean? Hypothetically speaking, like, you know, like if you listen to Jay Gibbons album, he has people all around the world buying his music, you know. Only church people buy his music? No. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because Jay's saying something that people want to hear, that they need. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like we had Jaime Cervantes, he said he went in the club one night. You know, he told that testimony. He said it was dingy, it was dark. And he said he was afraid to go to the stage because he said he was going to go straight to his song. You know what I mean? It's a gospel song. He said he went on stage and went hard. And he said he got the opposite of the response. He said people were dabbing him and showing him so much love. He said, I wasn't expecting that. But a lot of times is what is needed. You know what I mean? I think hip hop is in a state where people are turned off to it, but it's in need of what Show was talking about. Like these people who are now grown, reaching back to the youth, showing them there's more to life than glitz, glam, money, sex,
Girls
weed,
right.
all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I always piss me off because it's always been like a negative thing about hip hop.
Right.
It's been so negative to a point where people who, when they do rap about God, people don't want to listen to it because they associate hip hop with evil.
Right. Automatically.
Like they're turned off by it. They're like, you know what? Hip hop has such a bad name that when people do good by hip hop, they don't want to hear it or listen to it because they're used to it affecting them in a negative way. You know, so people are used to going to the club, you know what I mean? And that 2 Live Crew drop, the NWA drop, you know what I mean? That Kanye drop, that Jay-Z drop, and it made them go into a zone of doing some nonsense. So sometimes when people hear something that's positive in hip hop, it's hard for them to get over the fact that it triggered them to do something negative, and they don't want to allow it to use them to do something positive. So they fight it. And so that's my long time battle when I share music. I'm like, no, just listen to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't be against it. God can use hip hop too. Like, don't. But nah, they just like, well, they get all pissed. I have fights, Colleen, with people. You know, they hear it and they do not like it. You know what I mean?
Wow. And it's just, you know, it's preference. Hip hop isn't for everybody.
Right.
You know, and it's unfortunate, but you know, some people, if it's not something they're used to hearing or that it's just not their style, it's just not. You know, and they may miss out because somebody could have said something that could change their lives or, you know, sown a seed, and they're just not receptive. So it is what it is. But, you know, back to the song, I just think at some point there needs to be some accountability within just some type of forum where people are really, really critiquing what's going on within the industry and really putting people on blast, you know, and really, really talking about serious things that are, like that song just captured everything that I think is being discussed across the board with hip hop. Like you talking about the same stuff, money, clothes, and chicks, you know, just something to say, do something different. You know, why are you 55 still talking about that? Or when, you know, just these types of topics, but just in an open forum.
Right.
I don't know what, you know, that would be, but I'm just saying a suggestion, you know, to get people to hear what you really sound. It's a mess. You saying what you saying and you too old to, like, have you grown kind of thing, you know, or I don't know.
Well, hip hop's gone to a point where they ain't even saying words anymore.
Yeah.
But they're mumbling now. It's getting to a point where it's getting bad. Hip hop is not in a good state right now.
Yeah, a lot of it is. You're right. You don't even know what, it's just slurs. I wish you could play a little clip of some stuff. Oh no, I don't want to put people on blast. It is what it is, but you know, what do? You choose what you listen to at the end of the day.
So, Colleen, you ready for another controversial song?
Let's see what you're talking about.
All right. Now this one's gonna be a little heavy. I'm almost tempted not to play it because it's heavy.
Is it that? I'm trying to see what you're talking about. That last one was fire.
All right, here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Faith, Promised Land. And just so people know, this is the Caucasian male rapping this song. And it's dealing with some deep thing.
You can talk your brain out, but rolls out, he's a nigger. He's a nigger.
Oh my God.
A nigger, look at the nigger. It shocks you. You see what guys beneath those stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah. White boy with that 5 gold grill in his mouth. Just a small piece of how it goes down in the South. Coming from a low-class family and neighborhood. White privilege is a concept I've never understood. But as I've grown older and ventured into the world, I've seen that because of my white skin, I'm better than you could ever hope to be in the world's eyes. Sad I can't identify, even though I see it. Most of white America just chooses to remain blind, apologizing and doing nothing at the same time. The fact of the matter is, most of y'all are racist. Cause however y'all see it, never even. But I'm supposed to sit idle by and watch it all happen. Take a culture rooted in black struggle struggle and start rapping. No, I can't do it cause as bad as I've had it. No one sees my face and expects me to be stupid. So hello, white America, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm someone to acknowledge the problem and shed some light there. And I'll never be quiet. These enemies of mine here might fear. There's no fear. The discussion is right here.
You're articulate. Can't even give you guys compliments.
People like this, they will kill somebody and go have some chicken.
Barack, the magic Negro,
Are so poor and they are so black.
Yeah, and I'm not all doom and gloom, I've seen much progression. But be real about the circumstance and learn a lesson. We don't acknowledge problems first. The temptation is to ignore it, but that only makes the problem worse. Yeah, I fight a lot of bitterness in my heart ever since I got married and inherited scars. Knowing that if I ever have kids, even though they have a white dad, they'll still be black kids and grow up going through the same stuff that she did. To be real, it took all of that for me to see this. And y'all looking at me crazy, but lately it's been really hard for me to fake it. I spend a lot of time, tears, nights, and thoughts. Even Christians want my head for things in these bars, feeling like it'll never be on earth like heaven. Tribes and tongues won't ever be unified as brethren until the Prince of Peace comes. So until he comes, I'll continue, never cease to beat these drums. Yeah, live like I'm in heaven now. You can hate me for these words, but you'll never shut me down.
We've got some difficulties ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now. Because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over. And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you. But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
That's a deep one.
You playing with me tonight, Mike.
That's that Alex Faith Promised Land. What you think about that one, Colleen?
Yo, he is. I'm speechless right now.
Woo!
I'm.
If your music, see, that's the power of hip hop right there.
I'm
That song will
speechless.
mess up a lot of people if they heard it.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, what he was talking, just what he was saying was so heavy. It's heavy. What made you choose that one?
I don't know. It was deep for me. I mean, the beginning, you hear these racial slurs, and then he does the inserts of the racist comments by like newscasts,
Stereotypes.
and then we're dealing with the Trump administration right now. People are obsessed with this Trump administration. They cannot keep their eyes off the news. They want to know everything that's going on because they don't trust them. You know what I mean? And so it just fitting for the season of what's been going on in the news. I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to what the Ben Carson thing and all the stuff that's been going on. You've been seeing a lot of stuff. So in radio, playing a song like that, it kind of fits and it's relevant to what's going on. And that's what goes back to the Show Baraka song, where you get these rappers that are not relevant. Here we are dealing with all these issues.
You talking about, yeah.
And they're not rapping about it, you
Right.
know? And then it's like a turnoff. Like, man, I ain't trying to listen about no money and nothing like that. Let's talk about what's going on right now.
Right.
The problems, the real issues we're dealing with.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Because
Yeah.
music has a tendency to bring people together.
Right.
And if
Right.
you put that right message, you can unite races and all kind of stuff through music, especially through hip hop.
You're right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I do.
So this was one of those songs to me that kind of stood out as far as dealing with the issues, especially relevant to right now. Alex Faith did a good job. He named the song "Promised Land," and then he played Martin Luther King at the end of it.
Right.
The
right.
famous sermon where he was like, "I seen the Promised Land."
Right. The speech.
That was deep for me. You know what I mean? because, you know, as we know, he fought civil rights. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But before, I don't want to overtalk, but what was your first impression? That's what I wanted to know when you were listening to the song. What popped up in your spirit?
You know, first of all, I mean, the things that they were quoting that were said, just like, man, it's really people that think like this. It's hard to, it's really hard to swallow. It's almost unreal, you know, to hear people say certain things like, this is really how you think. This level of ignorance is really,
it's real.
It's real. You know of it, but then when just hearing it from me, it's like, I don't even know what kind of heart do you have to say certain things like that. You know, just the real, like you said, the climate of what's going on, you know, and how serious it is, and how to deal with that. And love is important.
Love is definitely important.
You know, love is important, and having a certain mindset and focusing on and meditating on things that are good are important, because if you stay focused on what's going on and what somebody is saying to the left, you're going to get caught up if you meditate on that, you know? So it made me think about that. Like, what's really important with all this other stuff that's going on, the propaganda, all of the oversaturation of what one man is doing, you know, with all that going on, what's important to Colleen? You know, what are you focused on? What do you need to keep at the forefront of your mind? That's what it makes me think about, because like you said, it is relevant to what's going on now, but I can't get wrapped up in it. It'll incite you. It'll make you want to take some action, and not positive. You know, just when you hear certain things, you know, it's like, what, you know, you have to catch yourself and get in right alignment of right thinking. You know, so
I like that alignment of right thinking. And you also mentioned ignorance. That's a key word. There's a lot of ignorance going out there. People don't understand what certain people grew up in and had to overcome.
Right.
You know, and I think I love the most, and I have to say that I love it when, especially when it comes to dealing with like racial issues, I love when white people are not ignorant and they get it.
Well, any race, that I love it when anybody,
or whether it's a Samoan or Asian, Hispanic, when you understand ignorance and you fight against it to try to make, and then you said love. You know what I mean? That's the next thing you said that I was like, that's what's up. Because I think what happens is people have this power trips in their mind. They want to be the better, you know what I mean? They grow up a certain kind of way in a certain form of thinking, you know, which feeds their ignorance. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're this, and we have to act like this, and we have to be this, where sometimes we'll belittle somebody else in their race or whoever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So dealing with a song like this, you know, if this were to go blow up, he may catch some, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he would definitely catch some slack.
He gets some slack. You know, he'll show up if a venue performing this song, especially if it's in a certain area, and they may not be with that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because due to ignorance.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I love music like that because it helps to make a change, the change we need. You know what I mean? What was something that really stood out in the song to you that you can remember? I know we had a laugh when the dude had that line. He says, "Kill somebody and go eat some chicken."
Again, it's just the level of, how do you sum up like one instance and sum up that particular thought about the entire culture or the entire race? You know, just to say that just the ignorance is what comes to mind, and how deep it is and how sick it is. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Sometimes when I hear ignorance, and sometimes it comes out of people that I actually know and I'm cool with. Sometimes when you have conversations with them, they don't even know, and you have to bring them to that light, and then they get it. Because at first they didn't get it because they weren't in that race or that person's shoes. And I think sometimes when you have, when you're somebody that had certain privileges or things that you didn't have to go through, you may not understand somebody else's struggle, because sometimes some people get it easy. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? And
That's
so they don't understand another race struggle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm just, sometimes it takes music. Sometimes it'll take a leader to step up.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it'll take somebody who with a, to pull you aside and be like, wait, yo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is what's really good. Because sometimes people are ignorant not because they're choosing to be, they just don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so sometimes it's the flip. Sometimes people are ignorant and they do know.
Right. They don't care.
They don't care.
This is what it is. I think this way. That's just how I'm till I die. That's what it's going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
So we need, there's a lot that needs to be done.
It's true.
Especially in the body of Christ. I mean, people who are believers in God, if you believe in the Lord and then you're racist, why? Why?
That's sense. I don't get it. How do the two go together?
How you gonna love God and then you just racist?
Right.
And see, that's what they try to do in liberal media. They try to make God look so bad. You know what I mean? Because they have the most evilest people, and they just so all of a sudden they're from God. It's like, you know what I mean? I hate that with a passion. It's one of my pet peeves. The most evilest person got all this evil, the most racist and the evilest people, but yet they're believers in Christ. Like,
I
really?
wish y'all could see his face right now out there.
I'm sorry. That gets on my
He's
nerves.
serious right now.
But anyways, Colleen, I got another song for you.
Okay. Give me
But before I go into this next song,
okay,
and we talk about it, we got to groove a little bit. It wouldn't be the music medication if I didn't play a couple of songs.
You got some turn up real quick?
Man, I got some fire. So you used to fire, right?
No, hey, that's what I want.
Well, I'm gonna give you some of that fire.
Okay, hit me.
I know you kind of hard on music sometimes, Colleen. It has to touch your soul a little bit.
Yeah, because a lot of it is whack.
Right. So I gotta come right now.
Okay.
If I don't come right, especially for our listeners, if I don't come right with them too, they'd be like, "Oh man, Mike is whack." Because sometimes I used to do radio, and they used to play the wackest music. I'll be sitting there pissed off because it'd be so much fire, and they even tap into none of the fire. You know what I mean? But it's your boy Ice. I'm finna give y'all some fire right now, and when we come back, I'm gonna play one more song after I come back, and we're gonna talk about it. But before we talk about that song,
let's get with this fire real quick.
So here we go. Let's go.
Years in, how you trying, little brummy? I am not the one, but I am the one and only. Sharper than the tag, you slow with the molasses. You pose for the gram, I'm trying to compose classics. They be in the mall trying to get a girl number. I be in the stool trying to kill them all summer. We are not the same, I'm a different type of animal. I've been up for days, got unprecedented stamina. I don't need to marry, I'm already elevated. Dressing like a thug, but I'm hella educated. Reading at a college level in the 5th grade. Could've went AP, wow, hey. What you looking at is young David in the flesh. They done messed around and let me get up out the bench. You thinking it's a given, acting like it's gonna be winning, but I ain't letting up, this full court press. I ain't going back now. I done came too far to back down. I ain't going back now. I done came too far to back down. Yeah. Putting poetry to potent production. I was the one that they said would be nothing. I was the one that they said would be nothing. I'ma be great, it ain't up for discussion. Pockets is empty, I'm feeling the hunger. I think it's time that I run up the numbers. This ain't a game, this is real as a guess. If I'ma do it, I'ma be the best. Yeah, I'ma buy my mama a house. I don't care what none of you see. Everything I want, I'ma have. I won't let them get in the way. I remember when I used to hit you up and I would never get replies. Got it poppin', now you're really friendly with me, dog. I see through the disguise. I ain't going back now. I done came too far to back down. I ain't going back now. I done came too far to back down. I've been overlooked and underestimated for too long. I'm the rapper that your favorite rapper probably stealing from. Teacher said I would be nothing, I bet I prove her wrong. Don't be mad because your children know the words of every song. Everybody looking thirsty, they do anything for likes. Take a selfie, all of a sudden you a model overnight. I don't care about what's trending, I don't feed into the hype. Man, I think it's about the time to bring the beers to the light. Used to hang my head low, now I'm poking out my chest. I don't really do this often, please excuse me while I flex. Back in 1998, mama gave birth to a legend. Told them that I gotta get it, now I came back for my seconds. I'm tired of sparing they feelings, it's a waste of my energy. They be calling me fan, but really ain't none of them kidding me. I don't trust anybody, man, I don't know your intentions. No, you cannot get a retweet, a like, not even a mention. Get out my face. I just hit the kill switch. I get hella problems that I'm trying to deal with. If you feel offended, sorry for the realness. Spit it so hard that an amputee can feel this. 18, guess it's time to become the man now. You can stay seated, homie, I'ma stand out. Live and direct from the 9-3. This ain't rapping, it's committing homicide over beast. Call 911. I don't plan on stopping no time soon. Everybody claiming that they got the wave. But what's a wave to a freaking typhoon? They say when you independent, you end up burning all your pennies the harder way. Somebody tell these jokers that I didn't come this far to go sign it all away. Yeah.
We're back. Music Medication. That was Khalid Mitchell. What you think about that one?
He killed that.
The delivery was ridiculous.
Hey, you brought that fire. I like that.
You like that fire?
I'm trying to look this up right now.
You said you trying to look it up right now?
I'm looking that up right now.
Man, Colin, we holding the show down today. For real, though.
Hey, we have to. Out there in listener land, it's just a little, couch session, a little just one-on-one talk, A
little something.
Yeah, just kicking back a little bit.
Man, wait till all right, I got another one by my main man, Ron Canoli. I always mispronounce Canoli Jr.
Okay.
Ron Canoli Jr. He's one of like R&B hip hop sensation, and he has a voice that's just amazing. Now I gotta set you up for this song, and everybody who's listening, it has like an R&B vibe to it, right? And you get this vibe to it, but then it switches up at the end. There's a switch.
So for it.
Wait for it.
Okay.
Don't prejudge the song and be like, it's that already when you hear it, because it has that vibe. But I think he does it for a purpose.
Okay.
Because there's a real powerful message at the end of this. So
he's baiting a listener.
So I'm gonna play it. It's called Call Me Now. No, Call On Me.
Call on you. You know what, Mike? This is the you listener land. I'm just saying, Mike is my boy. This is the Mike that people don't see. Like, he is a true connoisseur of music. Like, he really sits and listens, critiques. This is who he is. I'm loving this right now. Like, you really in your zone.
Wait till you hear the song, because we're gonna talk about it. This song is deep. Call on me, y'all.
Distance, staring right at me. You never take a moment to turn away. And I know just what you want, and you wanna get it tonight. Seduction is your perfume, and it's smelling so good to me right now. But I try to walk away, and to keep from wanting to stay. I can hear your body is calling me, but I can't touch your body, 'cause there's only one woman for me. I can see your body is calling me, but I can't
temperature is rising in me. I'm trying to resist. She continues to persist. Lord, I'm really needing you. Maybe we can sit and talk for just a little while. I don't see a problem with that. Then why do I feel guilty? Maybe because I simply know just what I wanna do. I wanna take you back up to my room, and I know you want me to. It'll be between just me and you. I want it right now, 'cause I ain't had it in a while, and you're wearing me down. I can't seem to let you go. I can hear your body. Your body is calling me, but I can't touch your body, 'cause there's only one woman for me. I can see your body. Your body is calling me, but I can't touch your body, 'cause there's only one woman for me.
Hey, can I talk to you real quick?
Yeah, for sure. What's good, bro?
You know, I saw you on stage and we making eye contact and really vibing, and I was just wondering what's good for tonight. What are you doing?
Look, I don't even think we could get down like that, man. I'm married. Really?
I mean, yeah, I know all that, but what I'm saying is it can be our little secret, and I promise it'll all be worth it.
But wait a minute, you ain't worth my kids. You ain't worth my wife. You ain't worth my reputation. You ain't worth my life. You ain't worth my name. You ain't worth my home. Chucking up the deuces, I suggest you getting gone. You ain't worth my ministry, family, purity, security. Joy, my perfect peace, my integrity. These seductive games, you know you need to stop. So I have an idea, here's some rocks, you can get them.
Wow.
Yo,
Wow.
that
That song is deep.
that's talking about something.
That has depth because he goes, I want it right now. I want it, but I can't have it.
What do you want, Mike?
No, the song.
I
Cohen.
know. What is it?
Oh, there you go. He wants the goodies. He wants the pink cookies in the plastic bag. I'm stopping.
Hey, he said seduction is your perfume. Oh, girl was pouring it on
And it smells
thick.
good right now. Yeah.
She
She came on strong, didn't she?
She wasn't
It
playing.
could be our little secret.
You know, I know you got a wife. It don't matter.
They get down like that too. They don't even care.
It's real.
Sometimes the wedding ring means yes. They don't see the wedding rings. It means, but that was a deep song, wasn't it?
That was deep. That might have to segue into another show or something. That's serious.
I love the ending of that where he was like, he saw the bigger picture, because
he kept it together.
He kept it together. He was like, you're not worth my kids. You're not worth my home, my marriage, my family, my security. He said security. That's dope because women give you women. Come on, when a woman's holding you down, she does a lot of things that them little wannabes ain't gonna do for you. You know what I mean? She just wanted them to get the guts, but then you got the woman that loves you at home.
Right.
And he's like, man, I don't need no temporary guts right now. I need my love. I need my backbone. Because when you lay it on the hospital bed, who's gonna be by your side?
But then on top of that, you really don't know who she is.
Right.
You don't know who she is.
That's you know what? I got to play that again. There's a lot to that song.
Yeah, it is.
Matter of fact, next time we play that song, some of y'all need to call in.
That's heavy.
And tell us how you feel about that song. But man, we had a really good show. We had Five. We just want to thank Five Ola for being on the show. His fire was just amazing.
God bless you, Five.
Thank you, Five. And don't forget to cop his EP, Me Against the World. That's on iTunes. Don't forget to watch the Speak Life show with Derek Minor. That was a really good show. Shout out to Derek Minor, man. He's one of my favorite. But also, The Odd Perspective, Brittany Soul and crew, they're fun to watch too. Have you seen one of their shows yet?
I have not. I need to tune in.
You guys got to tune into that show. It's a really awesome show. they talk about current events too, and there's a lot of personality on that show. So somebody watching can watch and listen to. Here at Guerilla Cross, you can watch us and listen to us. You could do them both. But once again, we had a great show. Colleen, anybody you want to say hi to or anything like that you think may be listening in?
Just everybody listening in. Thank you. We appreciate it. God bless you guys. Continue to support us. We definitely appreciate it.
And I just want to shout out to everybody that's listening in right now in listener land. Shout out to my mom. It was her birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
And shout out to my boy Black Yoda. It was his birthday. And Mama Lena, Lena Cronham. It was her birthday. It was a lot of people's birthday on March 13th.
Happy birthday, everybody.
So don't forget, every Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time, Music Medication is always alive and well. And if you like the show a lot, don't forget to go on the Guerilla Cross app, hit us up, get in contact with us, tell us that you love the show. And for all those who are artists that may be listening that maybe want to be on the show, don't forget to hit up the Guerilla Cross app and just put hashtag Music Medication and let us know what's up. But you know me, you said I'm a music connoisseur. I gotta play my favorite song right now.
Okay.
It's called Most High by Taylor Gray. So we're gonna even end the show right with some fire.
Do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go, yo.
I hope you never turn the scripture to an idiom. I hope you never doubt that poetry is literal. I miss when royalty was Eddie and Arsenio. I miss when I could pray for hours with millennials. I miss the times when I was crying in some Jesus coaching. I used to blast my worship music with my windows open. I used to walk the streets praying for the homeless. And I remember that he never left me hopeless. I get nostalgic like I lost it, but I found it. I just found my secret place and that grace is still abounding. It's brand new mercy, I'm gonna tell someone about him. I just saw Jesus like the first time I found him, and I found him to be lifted up. Seated in the heavens, the spirit's fresh wind feeling epic. I open up my mouth, that's that different type of language. Now I'm filling up, you can't quite keep up with the changes. So it's too good, oh it's too good. And I don't fall for the things I used to. See I can fall down, that righteous man rise. My steps been ordered and start this franchise. I lifted up my voice back at the campfire. See I was dry bones and now I can't die. See I was dry bones and now I can't die. See I was dry bones and now I can't die. It's important that we close to him, yeah. It's important that we close to him, yeah. It's important that we close to him, yeah. It's important that we close to him. This is how we live, this is how we move, this is how we breathe. Everything is true, this is how we live, this is how we move, this is how we breathe. Everything is true, everything is true, everything is true, everything is true, said everything is true. It's important that we close to the market. Hit me back at 05. It's just different when you living and you know God. It's reconciliation, everything I messed up. Sitting at the throne with confessions. Can't believe you see me at my worst. It took me to that wellspring. Now I'm washed clean, had a stomach full of thirst. A mummy with a curse. I opened up the ground. I'm coming from the dirt with a new set of eyelids pouring out geysers, and I don't really cry, but all creation reaching for the sky. Yo, we just wear his image when we staring at the infinite. Words like it's text, but it's Genesis, Exodus, Lamentations, Proverbs, Revelation, God's words, all in human language, but I'm speaking like a toddler. Said he never leave. I seen him keep his promises. Got me full of life and godliness, I'm home. Yo, I ain't singing songs like I never needed power. The only time I flourish when I need him every hour. Never thought you'd catch me singing in the choir, but you just set this man on fire, right, you just set this man on fire, yeah, you just set this man on fire, said, you just set this man on fire, right, you just set this man on fire, it's important that we close, right, it's important that we close to him, yeah, it's important that we close to him, yeah, it's important that we close to him, yeah. It's important that we close to him. This is how we live. This is how we move. This is how we breathe. Everything is true. This is how we